Today in this video I'm going to be going through 6 electric scooters that I have absolutely loved after testing well over 20 electric scooters and clocking over 20,000 kilometers. These are in an order from kind of cheapest up to the most expensive. So if you are considering upgrading or just want to get into the electric scooter market, all of the scooters mentioned in this video will be of use. Okay, first up is the beloved KUGOO Kirin M4 Pro. The price of the KUGOO Kirin M4 Pro 18 amp hour model is a lot cheaper right now compared to the 16 amp hour model for some reason. I'm not sure if that's a glitch, but if you're considering getting the scooter, go with the 18 amp hour. You'll save yourself over 300 euros. Top speed on the KUGOO Kirin M4 Pro was around 43 kilometers an hour, which was GPS tested. Range on the KUGOO Kirin M4 Pro was actually up to 30 kilometers. I got in really cold weather, going as fast as possible. That video is linked below, and any of the scooters mentioned in this video, they all have their own individual playlists, so every single source is linked in the description. Comfort on the M4 Pro was actually quite decent. It did have front and rear suspension, which kind of done the job, but if you live in a really bumpy area, you might find it a little bit rough. Portability was brilliant because the handlebars were collapsible on that electric scooter. The stem was also height adjustable. If you are a taller rider or a shorter rider, it would really suit you. Also, the seat on that electric scooter was completely removable, and it was one of the most compact electric scooters that you would be able to get into the back of your car. Few cons with KUGOO on that particular model. We're using kind of poor materials. You could strip the screws easy on the discs, which was a bit of a nightmare, but for the price you're getting it at, you can't really complain. It was not a maintenance free scooter. I made a few videos about the punctures, about adjusting a few little things here and there, but anybody can do it. Full playlist link below. Next up is a very similar scooter to the M4 Pro, which was the KUGOO S6. Looks almost identical to the M4 Pro, but came at a bit more of a higher price tag. Last time I checked, it was around 650 to 700 euros. Range on that electric scooter was around similar to the M4 Pro, which is around 30 kilometers, going as fast as possible. Comfort. Best thing about the KUGOO S6 compared to the M4 Pro is that the deck was actually quite wider, so if you had bigger feet, it was much more comfortable. Overall, on the KUGOO S6, the welding was much better. It was just better build quality overall. That's kind of what you get for the higher price tag. Cons to the KUGOO S6 was that it did have a twist throttle, which I absolutely hated. That was the only real con with the KUGOO S6. For review, link below. Next up was a scooter that I thought I wouldn't like, but I did. It was the Navi N65, an electric scooter that had a top speed of 25 kilometers an hour, but it did come at a bit of a higher price tag of around 750 euros last time I checked. Again, prices do fluctuate, so definitely have a look at the current prices. Overall, the quality and the welding, the frame design on the N65 was solid. I had no complaints all about the material that was used. It was really nice, clean welding. Problems with the N65 was that it only had a 25 kilometer hour top speed. The deck on it was actually extremely low, so if you're going off a curb, you would find it quite easy to scrape underneath, damaging the deck. And the handlebars themselves were actually quite narrow, so the stability was not really there. So you just need to be careful. Full review of the N65, link below. Next one up was a scooter that I had for an extremely long time. That was the Varla Pegasus. I had over 2,000 kilometers on that electric scooter, and I absolutely loved it. Top speed, 45 kilometers an hour. It had 8-inch solid wheels. I'll talk about them more in a second. It had suspension, front and rear. Normally with solid wheels on a lot of electric scooters, you don't have suspension, so you don't have to comfort this, so you feel the impact. But because it had the 8-inch solids plus wraparound suspension, the comfort on that scooter blew me away initially, and I gotta say, it did not let me down once. Few cons with the Varla Pegasus. The deck was quite narrow. If you had bigger feet and if you were traveling quite long distances, you would really struggle to kind of stay comfortable for a long time. Although Varla have recently released a seat for that electric scooter if you are interested. The weight of the scooter was actually quite heavy and a little bit awkward to carry. So if you don't have a lift, if you live in an apartment block, you would struggle to carry that up a few flights of stairs. And the brakes on that electric scooter required constant maintenance if you rode it weekly. Similar to the M4 Pro, again, videos made on every single thing on how to fix the issues. Don't be afraid, you can definitely get around these issues. Okay, we're getting on to a bit more of the higher performance scooters. The fifth one is, of course, the Wireless Eagle 1, an electric scooter that I actually still have right now. Top speed was 65 km/h GPS tested. The comfort on that electric scooter is brilliant. You have a nice wide deck and it's nice and long as well, so you can shift your feet around, travel long distances, and you won't get aches really on the back of your legs, so I can't complain. Really nice wide handlebars for stability going that higher top speed. Full wraparound zoom, hydraulic brakes, and as a side note, regards to the price of the Eagle 1, last time I checked that reduced drastically because they brought out a new Wireless Eagle 1 2.0 model. But even saying that, the Wireless Eagle 1, the price it's at right now is an absolute steal. Few cons with that: the stock tyres that you get with the original Eagle 1 are pneumatic 10" by 2.75" tyres. So I did change them to a semi off-road hybrid tyre. Made a video on that, on doing it with the split rim. An absolute game changer for the electric scooter, and it is very easy to do. 52 volt, 18 amp hour battery. Quite small on the Eagle 1 considering the size of that electric scooter. So if you're somebody that is looking to go like 60, 70, 80 kilometer distance a day, I'd probably avoid this scooter for that case. And a couple other things: the mud guards on the electric scooter, you do need to put washers on them because they do clack up and down. From the factory they're only screwed down, so when you apply a washer it makes them a bit more stable so they're not clacking as you are riding on rough ground. Full playlist of the Wireless Eagle 1 is linked below. Okay, this sixth scooter. Now this is very similar to the Eagle 1 and I still have this, it's right beside me over there. This is the Vlaken G3 Pro. Top speed 60 km/h. The deck on the Vlaken G3 Pro is a nice rubber material that's very easy to clean compared to the Eagle 1 that has basically the grip tape that's basically impossible to clean. I'll tell you the best part about the G3 Pro now in a second. It does have hydraulic brakes which are quite good. They're the XOD brand, so they're not the Zoom brand, that's my favorite, but they still do the job. Really nice wide handlebars, more comfortable than the Eagle 1, and the grips are much better quality. They're nice and spongy so your hands don't get cramped quite easily, and it's a bit more stable on ground. Plus the tyres on the G3 Pro are actually the semi off-road tyres which are much better than the Eagle 1 pneumatic tyres. A really nice modern display compared to the traditional displays that's on like the M4 Pro, 010Xs, Eagle 1s and so on. The light on that electric scooter is much better. It does have wraparound indicators. It has a really nice LED light head on, and it also has LED lights on the deck, on the front and on the rear. The best thing, it has a removable battery. Battery is, you can get it on different ones. You can get like a 52 volt, 20 amp hour, 26. Then you have an LG version. So depends really. Ranges would be a little bit better on the G3 Pro compared to the Eagle 1. So there is a few different options there. Now let me tell you the best thing about the G3 Pro is the fact that it is cheaper. I got this direct from the KUGOO group, which is also known as the Titan group, which is the manufacturer for a lot of electric scooters before they are pushed out and branded by the bigger companies. And I gotta say, it comes in at around $1,000 last time I checked. Again, you might have to pay some tax there when it does come in to your country, but compared to the Eagle 1, you could save a couple of hundred at least. If you have enjoyed this video, give it a like. Every single playlist and review is linked below. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.